Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Key currency pairs showed mixed movements today. The greenback displayed notable weakness against the euro and Swiss franc, while strengthening against the yen with some upward volatility. The sterling pair marked its sixth consecutive day of gains. Looking at returns, the US dollar shows consistent weakness year to date, particularly against the euro and Swiss franc, both down nearly 12%. The yen pair has shown the strongest week-to-date performance, up 1.2%. The US dollar is showing a strong negative trend against the Canadian dollar and Singapore dollar. The Kiwi pair has risen for 6 consecutive sessions, despite an overall mixed negative trend. Return analysis shows the US dollar down about 6.3% year-to-date against the Singapore dollar. The New Zealand dollar pair shows the strongest month-to-date gain at 1.6%, while the rupee pair remains relatively flat.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. South Korea led gains, rising 2.8% with a very strong upward trend. France and Chile each advanced over 1%, with Chile showing sideways movement recently. Austria and Poland also gained, with Poland breaking out from recent consolidation. Year-to-date returns show impressive gains across these markets. Poland leads with a 56.3% return, while South Korea and Austria have both gained around 40%. Chile and France have posted more modest but still solid returns of 25% and 20% respectively. Among underperforming markets, Turkey fell nearly 1%, marking its third consecutive down day. Israel dropped 0.55% while maintaining a strong upward trend. Thailand broke down from recent consolidation amid a strong negative trend. Mexico and Belgium also declined. Year-to-date performance shows Turkey and Thailand as the only negative performers, down 10.4% and 15% respectively. Despite today's declines, Mexico has gained 30% this year, while Israel and Belgium have returned around 20%.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures closed at 3,310.20, down 21.99. Copper futures surged 10.4% to 5.51, reaching a new all-time high with strong upward volatility. Silver futures and palladium futures both show very strong positive trends while trading sideways. Year-to-date returns show copper futures leading with a 36.7% gain. Silver futures follows at 26.3%, while gold futures has gained 25.3%. Palladium futures has returned 23.5% since January. In energy futures, Brent crude oil and crude oil futures both closed higher for a second consecutive day. Natural gas futures fell 1.7% to 3.35. Heating oil futures shows a very strong positive trend. Month-to-date returns in energy show heating oil futures leading with 7.2% gains. Gasoline futures has risen 5.5%, while Brent crude and crude oil are both up around 4.7%. In livestock, live cattle futures hit a new all-time high, rising 1.5% to 216.30. Lean hogs futures plunged 19.3% to 86.30. Class 2, milk futures gained 3.4%, despite its strong negative trend. Year-to-date performance shows feeder cattle futures leading with a 16.8% gain. Live cattle futures has risen 12.9%. Class 2 milk futures remains down 11.9% since January. In grains, corn futures rose 2.8%, despite a very strong negative trend. Soybean futures closed down for the third consecutive day. Oat futures shows a strong positive trend, despite today's 1.6% decline. Year-to-date, oat futures leads grains with a 13.6% gain. Corn futures and rough rice futures are both down about 9.5%, while wheat futures has declined 6.6%. In soft commodities, orange juice led gains with a 7.5% rise to 252.40, while coffee futures added 2.1%, despite showing a very strong negative trend. Cocoa exhibited a strong negative trend, falling 1% with 2 consecutive down days. Returns analysis shows orange juice with impressive week-to-date gains of nearly 20%, while cocoa has declined over 30% year-to-date. Coffee and sugar both show negative returns across all time frames.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Lou Quidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.